benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to... out the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Batum.
Oh, that's unbelievable. Well, don't let Kawhi's quiet demeanor fool you. This guy has athleticism and explosiveness. How about that in style?
Back to Doncic. It's stolen by Morris. And here we go with Batum heading to the hoop. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
LA's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
The Clippers shooting their first free throw of the contest. Free throw good, Nicholas Batum.
And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
Pass to Finney-Smith. Doncic against Jackson. Offensive rebound. Finney-Smith. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Leonard inside, guarded by Hardaway. George with no one around. The baseline jumper goes down. George has got 5 now.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Doncic against Jackson. Doncic feeling it out. 5 on the clock. It's stolen by Morris. And here we go. George heading to the hoop. Wow, that was a strong dunk.
That is nice.
That is Paul George, the incredible vertical and the unbelievable creativity.
Hardaway finds Doncic. 1:53 left in the first quarter. Passes it to Kleba. Over Morris. The Mavericks rebound. Back to Porzingis. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Well, Marcus Morris is a guy who is unafraid of a little contact. That's a nice play right there.
The Clippers have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And last season,
as a team. They knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Powell, he's checked in for Porzingis. Nicolo Melli comes in for Maxi Kleber. Josh Richardson's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Morris passes to Mann. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Beautiful defense from Powell. Uses that impressive length to come away with that rejection.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Outside Rondo. Kennard, the pass to Mann. No good from outside. Mavericks trail by 9. Down low. It's stolen by Morris. One-on-one fast break. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to summon up a little more sense of urgency.
Powell kicks to Brunson. Pass to Melli. Over Morris. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Here's Mann. He's still scoreless so far in this one.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. The Clippers on top. They lead by 13. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And catching up.
This game, it's a physical game.
Greg, you know this. It takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a comfortable margin here for the Clippers guys.
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Offensively, they took care of the ball, and defensively, they forced a number of miscues.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. They've got Rajon Rondo. Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Luke Kennard, and it's Mann in at the small forward position.
Well, Luka can get himself into the paint with consistency, and boy, does he make that a high percentage finish.
And Doncic was part of a draft day trade that so far seems to have worked out pretty well for both teams.
That's exactly right. Doncic, Greg, was selected by Atlanta with the 3rd pick. He was then quickly shipped to Dallas for the 5th overall pick, which turned into Trae Young, plus a future pick. Neither of these young men wasted any time putting their stamp on the NBA. I do think their futures will always be discussed in connection with the other.
Mavericks trail by 11. Always going up for the alley-oop here, and Cauley Stein throws it down.
You just throw it up there. Trill Will's going to take care of the rest.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. We were all witnesses last year to the pandemic, which struck with worldwide repercussions. The NBA was no exception. The 1920 season was altered, and this season was delayed. The league is finding a sense of solidarity and resolve under the leadership of Adam Silver. Now, sports is a microcosm of society as a whole, and we all are finding different ways to overcome this. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, D.A. Rondo against Cauley Stein. And that's a foul called on Dwight Powell. That is his first foul of the game. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Porzingis is checked in for Cauley Stein. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dwight Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Luka Doncic. Hardaway is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And oh, here we go. Batum's got it. Galloping the fast break chance. Jackson gets the bucket.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Right wing. Jackson against Richardson. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable, and there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back three, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. CJ McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
And I love that list. You're right on. Batum with the steal. George passes to Leonard. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
An extraordinary improvement over the course of his career by Kawhi Leonard. He has now turned himself into one of the game's best, if not the best, two-way player.
And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach, Doris, to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
And last year, Dallas gave Porzingis the contract he was looking for to the tune of $158 million.
And Greg, credit the Dallas organization for believing in Kristaps Porzingis' talent. And now credit Porzingis, because you have to share shot attempts and usage with Luka Doncic. What has he done? He's concentrated on better rebounding, better rim protecting. This guy is all in on winning, and what a combination these two guys can be.
Jackson kicks to George. His three-pointers off the mark.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
In the corner, Hardaway with it.
Boy, what a job defensively. You couldn't play that any better.
Ibaka goes in. Hardaway against Kennard. Here's George. Porzingis with the rebound. Mavericks trail by 9. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively, because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
Hardaway passes to Richardson. Gets it off. And that one released in time, but no good. And that... Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They lead by 11. Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Clippers?
They did an awesome-erific job. That's right, Ernie.
And that'll do it.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Without question, George displaying his skills today.
What a menace he was on defense through the first two quarters, just disrupting everything.
Well, it was about effort and anticipation. Hard to get into an offensive rhythm when you know this guy is lurking.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Hardaway. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. It's Hardaway with the drive. And Doncic throws it down.
Well, Luka Doncic has every skill necessary to be a difference maker on the boards. Let's begin with his great size.
And George kicks to Jackson. Leonard with no one around. Off target from outside. Mavericks trail by 7. Doncic outside. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That's his first foul. Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for Hardaway. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Doncic finds Porzingis, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Batum. Ibaka comes in for Morris. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Jackson. The first one falls. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
Porzingis inside, working on Zubac. 6 on the shot clock. Finney-Smith passes to Doncic. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Dallas making a switch here. Richardson's checked in. Clippers leading by 5. Rondo dishes to Leonard. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Now the pass to Kennard. 6 to shoot. Kicks it out to Leonard. Off target with his 3.
Boy, that makes him 0 for 3 to start the second half. Not the start you were hoping for here.
Well, and it took a terrific effort at both ends to sustain this run.
They found their composure on both ends of the floor, and that is what triggered this run.
Pass to Kennard. Back to Rondo. Kicks it out to Leonard. And the Clippers miss again.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
Nice little run here to shrink that deficit, but can they get over the hump?
Yeah, it feels like they've ramped up their intensity. They have forced good things to happen. Now they're back in it.
Passes it to Kennard. Zubac with it. Guarded by Doncic. Rondo wide open. Los Angeles with another miss. It's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They haven't given up any points here in the second half.
And you talk about fighting your way back into a game. They've shown a lot of grit in this comeback.
Yeah, to start off with so many mistakes and still now find a way where everything's working, it allows their momentum and confidence to continue to build.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And what a unique career Serge Ibaka has had. Some incredible totals for him over the course of his career.
That's right, Greg. I mean, I think people would be shocked to know Serge Ibaka was the first player ever to make 500 threes and have 1,500 blocks. Hard to imagine nobody had ever accomplished that feat. Give credit to Ibaka. He changed his offense and added the 3-ball.
Leonard, no luck.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
Porzingis is checked in for Dallas. The Clippers also making some changes. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Ibaka. And it's Paul George in for Kawhi Leonard. Doncic kicks to Brunson. Hardaway passes to Kleba. Over Morris. They get it back. Here's Porzingis. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. For Los Angeles, they've got a paltry 0 of 6 to begin the third quarter. What a terrible start to the half.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
Now Brunson still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Up top, Doncic, defended by George. And that one's good. Doncic.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Pass to George. 15 seconds left in the third quarter. Upside, Batum. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Porzingis. He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
And just a fantastic season a year ago in terms of his free throw shooting. 90% from the line.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
Finney-Smith passes to Porzingis. And that'll be Dallas as it goes out of bounds. Mavericks retain possession. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Los Angeles on top. They're up by 3. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Clippers leading by 3. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth. Batum is out there with Morris. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Paul George. And it's Mann in at the 2-guard spot. George against Porzingis. And George with the stuff.
I'll tell you, there's little you can do to stop Paul George when he's got his game going. He has the lane to the rim, and you know he's going to finish.
Hardaway against George. There's the pass to Doncic. Fires for 3. That shot no good. And the Clippers will come the other way. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Here's Doncic. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
The Clippers in the lead. George looking over the floor. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Mann. Morris trying to free himself up. Mann can't hit.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Tries to keep it alive. And it's out of bounds. Nice touch by Doncic.
Active hands from him as he's able to deflect that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
And the Clippers making a change here. Leonard's checked in. George passes to Leonard. Kleba with the rebound.
I'll tell you, even though he's not playing his best basketball, the team has played well and picked it up. I love it.
And I love the fact that he didn't try to take on the defense by himself. Great pass on the move.
Hardaway against George. And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That's his first foul. Jackson against Doncic. Pass to Leonard. Looking to end his cold spell. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
You can see the kind of savvy Kawhi Leonard plays with. This guy makes the defense commit and gets himself to the foul line.
Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard. The Mavericks trailing. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Doncic dishes to Hardaway. Back to Doncic. Here's Porzingis, and he gets it to go. Porzingis has got the lead up to 1 now for the Mavs.
Well, one thing we know, Porzingis is fearless. He had no hesitation on what was a huge basket for them.
Hardaway against George. And it goes for the 5th time in 10 shots for him this game.
These are the shots we have come to expect from Paul George. This guy is cold-blooded.
1:53 left to play here in the 4th. Hardaway kicks to Finney-Smith. Passes to Porzingis. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Kleba with the bucket.
See, Porzingis should score the basketball, but he also recognizes when his teammates have a clean look. I love that unselfishness.
Batum finds Jackson. Left side, Leonard. And then Leonard with the dunk.
Let's remember, this is a former Finals MVP. He will not blink in the biggest of moments.
Inside. Out to Hardaway. Pass to Doncic. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Luka Doncic is so clever. This guy able to draw the contact to get himself to the free throw line.
And he is unable to get the second one.
That will sting a little bit. Failing to get the lead when the opportunity was there, but he does tie it up.
Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him. That sends Porzingis to the free throw line. Marcus Morris picks one up there. A free throw off from Porzingis.
You know, there was so much hype around Kristaps Porzingis once he got off to a great start in his first year. And you just want to see him continue to grow and add dimensions to the offensive game every year. What's next? We'll see.
Doncic against Jackson. Back to Doncic. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
Boy, not on the same page there. And in a possession ball game, that's a big mistake.
George passes to Leonard. The feed now to Batum. He's again. Takes it out to Leonard. Hardaway against George. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the coach's challenge has been issued. A team like this, under the wire, this is what it's for.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to have a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, Ivica Zubac has checked in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Ibaka in for Morris. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear Rick Carlisle's message to his team. He told them, hey, this game is there for you, but we got to go get it. 50-50 balls, getting to the basket. We have to give it all right now. Kevin?
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's Doncic. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, Luka Doncic, from the moment he stepped between the lines in the NBA, has flashed incredible potential and skill.
All free throws good from Doncic.
Well, this is the kind of player he is. The tougher the moment, the more he elevates his game.
Now, here's Leonard. Defense is right there. The pass to Zubac. Oh, off target. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one. Tip-off goes to the Clippers. So the overtime period is now ticking away. Should be fun. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So for the Clippers right now, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then there's Batum, and it's man in at the 3. 4 on the clock. Leonard the pass to Batum. The Clippers need to get off a shot, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Dallas shooting 51% from the field. They'll take that. To the left side wing. Here's Kleba. Rebound by the Clippers.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
Wow, that is just pretty right there. What a find for his teammate at the rim.
Doncic is checked in for Jalen Brunson. Mavericks trail by 3. And here is Doncic. Kicks it to Hardaway. Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. Batum with the steal. To the middle. Here's Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by George. 15 points for Kawhi Leonard.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
Here's Porzingis. The shot missing. Great D that time from Batum. To the paint. Outside for George. Over Hardaway. George, no good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good look.
Got a piece of it. Porzingis passes to Hardaway. Here's Kleba. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
You have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box out.
George against Hardaway. And George, here we go. It counts.
Paul George loves delivering when the game is on the line at his absolute best.
Here's Finney-Smith. Kleba with it. Shoots over Leonard. And that one comes up a bit short. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
Pass to Porzingis. Back to Doncic. Over Jackson. And it's Doncic missing. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Jackson deciding where to go with it. Now, here's George. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
And you can see where they're coming from by fouling to stop the clock, but really they're just kidding themselves.
Passes it to Cousins. He kicks it to Leonard. So the Clippers with the win. They escaped with a victory, although they needed an extra period to get. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up. And the Clippers looking good as they came into the arena.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Much needed indeed, David. Thank you. And the Clippers starting five. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Paul George. And it's Batum in at the 5 down low. And for the Nuggets, Murray out there with Will Barton. And it's Nikola Jokic. And there's Gordon. And it's Porter in at the small forward position. And here's Leonard from 3. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. And Brent, these teams boasting great depth. Many feel that's a hallmark of a great front office.
You go back and you look, Kevin, at some of the teams that have made deep playoff runs or eventually won the championships. That tinkering about bringing in a veteran or just one piece to make that next step for that one matchup or that one series. Finding contributions like that up and down the roster, absolutely, that can make a difference.
Jackson is doubled. Outside, George. From outside, off the mark.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. Leonard with the steal. George looking over the floor. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Barton passes to Jokic. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and a championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
Here's Murray following the basket by Nicholas Batum. 5 on the clock. Shot from 16. The shot will not fall. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Well, when you get into a system, your first system in the league where you share the ball, Kawhi Leonard keeping his head up and finding the open man.
Out left side. Down low. Here's Jokic, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let-up. Think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Paul Millsap's checked in for the Nuggets. Morris comes in for Barton. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Mann's checked in. Now, here's Batum. Outside Jackson. Takes it out to Leonard. And stolen by Gordon. And here we go. Murray heading to the hoop. And it's Murray with the jam.
And Murray showing it all here. An exceptional player attacking while he's in the open floor.
Leonard on the wing. Leonard draws the double. Morris looking over the floor. Just 4 to shoot. The Clippers need to get off a shot. They get it again. Count it. Good. Leonard's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, the Claw using those broad shoulders and those hands, snatching that one down, wasting no time going back up.
And the wide open shot from Morris. And he's good on the 3 ball.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Los Angeles is gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Jackson with it. Guarded now by Morris. Passes it to Leonard. He dishes it to Batum. From 11 feet away. And it's Denver with the rebound. Millsap finds Gordon. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. Green, he's checked in for Denver. Rivers comes in for Murray. The Clippers also changing it up. Zubac is checked in for Batum. Luke Kennard comes in for Marcus Morris. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Jackson. And he's able to get it back. Here's Morris. Off the left rim and out.
Well, he finds some space in that in-between gap there. Too bad he can't release that one on target.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Morris dishes to Green. There's the pass to Gordon. Inside, Leonard with the steal. Here's Mann, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
It's his first trip to the line.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
Rivers looking over the floor. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Los Angeles on top. And we caught up before the game with Nikola Jokic, who had a...
Selfless. I mean, you need to took your...
Greg, there are areas of Jokic's game where he probably is the best in the world.
I can't think of a center with better floor vision or better passing ability. His positioning, his angles, his ability to use his size to maximize effectiveness, all at an elite level.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Working the offensive glass that sometimes comes from predictable shots from your offense, and they've been opportunistic here.
JaMychal Green is out there with Paul Millsap. And it's Rivers. Then it's Michael Porter. That's the group for Denver getting going here in the second. Clippers leading by 5. Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tools, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Porter passes to Green. Feeds to Millsap. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound.
He gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
And here's the fast break. Millsap leading the way. Rivers finds Millsap. Back to Rivers. Pass to Millsap. Here's Rivers. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tips it, and Green is right there.
Hard work and soft hands. Guys, that's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. Green against Leonard. Mann passes to Leonard. Drills the three-pointer. Leonard's got the lead up to 8 now for Los Angeles.
Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
Campazzo, he's covered by Rondo. Here's Millsap trying to find Green. He's got it now. And Green is right there. Green's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, you overreact to Paul Millsap. Good job of him staying patient and then finding one of his open teammates.
Rondo dishes to Leonard. Leonard draws the double. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 8.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Pass to Rivers. Millsap with it. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are two guys that still are very reliable.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Rondo looking around. .103 left to play here in the half. Man passes to Zubac. To the inside, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. A tremendous mobile one block that we had to see again. Great send back.
Close games can boil down to who makes plays on defense, and that is one heck of a rejection right there.
Morris passes to Gordon. Stolen by Jackson. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Morris has got his first 2 points. 32 seconds left to play in the first half. Morris against Jackson. The 19-foot shot, and that one goes long.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
On the wing, George. He's covered by Murray. Kennard kicks to Batum. Jackson has the open look. A three off the mark. Murray for three. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with their leads.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At its highest, their lead topped out at 5. Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
What a menace he was on defense through the first 2 quarters. Just disrupting everything.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he wanted to do out there. Everyone he guarded looked uncomfortable.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Batum. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's George in a shooting guard. Clock at 6. Martin passes to Jokic. Goes back up. And it's good on the layup. Jokic has got the first basket of the third quarter for the Nuggets.
Well, Jokic is big, Jokic is long, and he does a great job there of corralling that ball and taking advantage of his length.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. Barton kicks to Murray. Jokic high post. Morris is there. Jokic passes to Gordon. Morris with the rebound. And the call up against Jokic. That is his first foul of the game. Clippers leading by 6.
Well, you can't help but think of the dunk contest robbery with Aaron Gordon. Didn't receive max points on some of his dunks that clearly deserved it. Said he's done with the event after the last go. And I can't say I blame him. Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Jackson dishes to George. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. And with the dunk contest and Aaron Gordon, some of the dunks he pulled off, Greg, were outstanding.
I mean, going over Taco Fall was the big one. The one-handed windmill was impressive as well. Gordon doesn't need a trophy.
Wow!
Not one to shy away from contact. It's all part of the toughness that Gordon brings to the table.
And Leonard has it in the corner. And a miss there on the triple.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
Passes it to Jokic. Down low. It's stolen by Morris. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. George. And George able to finish. George has got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers.
Yeah, Paul George athleticism sneaking in there, getting a second chance opportunity, and then he ends up cashing in.
Jokic with the bucket. Jokic has got 9.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
And George kicks to Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, kind of fun when you see his personality come out in his game like that.
Murray surveying the D. The offensive rebound.
Great at using his body and finding his feet in positions on the boards where he can get up, get to it, get an extra possession.
George with the ball. Now guarded by Murray. The pass to Batum. Kicks it to Leonard. Pass to George. Back to Leonard. Here's Batum. Back to George. And stolen by Gordon. Jackson against Murray. And Jokic slams it in.
Jokic is a big center, tough to contain, close to the basket. That's a nice throwdown.
Outside, Batum. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. The Clippers have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. And that one falls for Batum.
And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing. And his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there. Kind of a glue guy.
Morris outside. There's 31 seconds left in the third quarter. And the rejection by Ibaka. And they'll keep possession. A second chance effort. Morris, no good. Clippers leading by 6. Over in the corner, Batum. And the dunk by Batum.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
With 1 on the clock. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
Resourceful move there, ending the period.
And so it's Los Angeles going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. We've got Green. He's out there with Aaron Gordon. Jokic is out there with Morris. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Rondo with the ball. Ibaka, the pass to Man. Now, here's Kennard. Outside Rondo, just 3 to shoot. Here's Ibaka. It's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now, as opposed to when you played?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but, you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental, and I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that that ability to play in space is so vital.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Sinks the triple. And the Clippers lead by 15.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Morris kicks to Jokic. Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's Man, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Orchestrating right now, Rondo should be playing with a baton.
Pass to Jokic. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth to end the run, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Jokic has got 10 points here in the second half. Kennard against Barton. Now Kennard, pass to Man, to the right side. Clippers moving the ball around. That's tipped. It's stolen by Morris. Gordon goes in. There's Porter with the three. Sinks the three-pointer.
Porter in a comfortable place there. He likes the passes being on target, and he stays perfect in rhythm with that, Jay.
And there's the pass to Zubac. Knocked away. Out to the wing. Here's Man. Jokic defending. 4 on the shot clock. Man can't hit.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
An extremely well-conditioned athlete, Gordon is an effective option on fast breaks.
And the Clippers call time here. They're up by 10. 1:56 left in the fourth quarter. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Kawhi Leonard.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots and also finishing strong.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He talked about the mindset they need to have and what he wants to see the rest of the way. Engagement at both ends and making good decisions with the ball. Guys?
McGee, no stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And stolen by Cousins. Stolen by McGee. And it's McGee with the jam.
Extra on that one, fellas. Nobody's stopping that.
When he comes in there with that tomahawk, that's just too much force. Pass to Leonard. Outside, George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. And the Clippers lead by 10.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
You love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
Murray finds McGee. Back to Murray. Three-pointer. The shot, no good. And the Clippers will come the other way. 17 points was their biggest margin. McGee against Jackson. Dishes to George. 6 to shoot. Morris outside. Back to George. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up for Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and Dave. And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final.
Well, the ceremony.
Thank you, D.A. Now a look at Dallas' starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Hardaway is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward spot. And for Denver, we've got Aaron Gordon. Jamal Murray is out there with Will Barton. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Porter in at the 3 spot. Now here's Doncic. Back to Kleba. Drains the 3-pointer. Well, this seems to be a game that could be very tactical, Greg. Both teams relying on execution in the half court.
And, Kevin, you're going to see a lot of ball movement and body movement, and you can't just stand around and watch one guy go to work. I think that puts so much pressure on the defense with how the game is played.
And an emphasis on coaching, too.
Yes.
And so it's the Mavericks getting on the board first. Doncic looking it over. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
Jokic draws the double. Wide open look here for Murray. Knocks down the three ball.
And Murray has such a soft-looking shot, especially from deep where he is just lights out.
Outside Hardaway. Pass to Kleba. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Hardaway. Kleba's got 5.
Yeah, going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
And this is why you get the ball into his hands. Let him establish the pace and rhythm of the game.
Now Hardaway following the miss by Michael Porter from deep.
Well, you want some unselfishness from a guy who's capable of scoring. And Tim Hardaway says, you know what? My teammate's open. I'm going to get him the ball.
And when you watch Hardaway shoot, one thing that stands out, he has a very quick release.
And, Greg, that's what makes the jumper very tough to contest, especially when he's dialing it up from range. You have to stay connected to this guy defensively. It's not easy to do with the other weapons on this team. I'll tell you this, Luka Doncic will never turn down an opportunity to finish at the rim. He's elite and loves those opportunities.
Now here's Porter. Back to Murray. To the middle. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Doncic with it. Out guarded by Murray. And there it is for him.
Beginning to take charge of this game. This could be a crucial point.
Well, working hard, building out a small lead, but you can't afford any kind of letdown here.
Gordon, the pass to Murray. Barton, wide open, he fires. No good again that time. Mavericks leading by 8. Inside. Kleba with the bucket. 9 points in the game so far.
Building up a big early lead. They have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Outside Porter. Murray against Kleba. 4 on the clock. Here's Jokic. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
And this is where Jokic is most comfortable. The closer he is to the rim, the more effective he becomes.
Porzingis high post. He's against Jokic. Porzingis with the ball. Out guarded by Murray. Hardaway, no good.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
And Barton throws it down.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Doncic finds Kleba. Dallas moving the ball around. And the dunk by Doncic.
How about the vision from the young Latvian Porzingis showing he really can read the floor and capitalize.
Outside Porter. There's the 3. The shot misses. Now Dallas takes it the other way. And stolen by Murray. And here we go. Fast break. Murray's got it. Jokic inside. Kleba defending. Barton, no luck.
Right now trying to get into a rhythm, but so far this quarter, boy, he is struggling to make anything go down.
Paul Millsap is checked in for the Nuggets. Morris comes in for Barton. And then for Dallas, Josh Richardson comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Kleba, the pass to Doncic. Back to Kleba. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Outside Gordon. The dish to Millsap. 1 second left. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
And give him credit. Good awareness.
And so it's Dallas holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone.
The mentality of how we play, how we move the ball.
Greg sounds like something a coach would say.
It's probably something his coach has said time and time again. But Murray's really matured into a reliable, sometimes spectacular performer for this team.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1/4 of action so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
We've got Rivers. Jermichael Green is out there with Paul Millsap. Then there's Monte Morris. That's the group for Denver getting going here in the second. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That is his first foul of the game. Morris outside. It's Rivers on the wing. The pass to Millsap. Tipped away. Stolen by Brunson. Powell with it. Picked up by Rivers. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
Yeah, because Luka Doncic is such a threat to score it, it opens up the passing game, and boy, it is on display right now.
Campazzo, Brunson covering. A nice shot by Rivers.
Well, that's a case where your teammates are showing trust in you, and he comes through with flying colors.
Doncic passes to Powell, feeds it to Richardson. On the wing, Doncic. Back to Richardson. Passes it to Brunson. 5 to shoot. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Here's Rivers. That shot off. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. They've led by as much as 10. And Doncic, here we go. He gets that one. Doncic has got 8 points.
There's a burst that allows Luka Doncic to be effective on his drives. You're not going to catch him standing around. This guy is in attack mode.
Back to Morris. It's Rivers on the wing. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rivers. Denver making a switch here. Porter's checked in. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Dallas. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Doncic. Richardson outside. Back to Brunson. Kicks it out to Richardson. Pass to Finney-Smith. Back to Powell. Millsap with the steal. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. The feed to Green. And the rejection by Cauley Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively.
And the Nuggets with some changes. Jokic, he's checked in for Green. And it's Will Barton in for Monte Morris. The Mavericks also with a sub. Hardaway's checked in. Richardson dishes to Hardaway. Pass to Finney-Smith. Back to Hardaway. And here is Cauley Stein. Now the pass to Finney-Smith. Clock at 4. Hardaway for 3. And Jokic with the rebound. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
Richardson against Barton. Richardson the pass to Hardaway. That shot no good. The Nuggets trail by 7. Knocks it loose. On the wing, Porter. To the paint. Millsaps against Hardaway. Passes it to Porter. Shoots over Powell. Porter, no luck. Dallas leading by 7. There's the lob to the hoop, and Cauley Stein throws it down.
You just throw it up there. Trill Will's going to take care of the rest.
Pass to Jokic. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And for Jokic, a slow start to last season. Came in heavy, lost over 20 pounds as he played his way into shape. And boy, did he come on strong down the stretch.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Gordon comes in for Michael Porter. And Murray subbed in for Rivers. Porzingis is checked in for the Mavericks. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dwight Powell. Hardaway kicks to Finney-Smith. Out to Hardaway. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Stolen by Gordon. The shot and game clock separated by 4. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
How about the strength of Murray finishing the shot off easily, even with the harm?
Both teams will make substitutions. The Nuggets shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Good on the 3-point shot. Doncic has got 11 points.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
For 3, Murray. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
You cannot let Doncic get established on the in.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks. Ahead by 9 is the quarter cup.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to Luka Doncic has been the story in this. He had 13 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. And
if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
Here's who Rick Carlisle starting the second half with. Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Finney-Smith in its small forward. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game, because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant, and
yeah.
Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great human being.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, you have got to love the versatility of Kristaps Porzingis. Unbelievable shooting touch at 7'3". Can also be a monster on the defensive end. Good luck, future of the NBA.
Morris is checked in for Will Barton.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
Murray kicks to Porter. To the inside. Here's Jokic. Morris outside. Murray surveying the D. He feeds it to Gordon. Denver needs to get off the shot. Yep, it counts. Jokic has got 6.
Boy, don't you love to see Aaron Gordon make these kinds of decisions. This guy is fully capable of recognizing open teammates.
Back to Doncic. Jokic with the steal. All by himself. shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket for Morris.
Boy, nobody between him and the basket on the break, and the pass was right where it needed to be.
Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is such a unique talent at that center position. Young player, already top 10 in career triple-doubles.
How about the most triple-doubles ever by a foreign player? You think of the great skilled European big man. Jokic, arguably the most skilled of them all.
Here's Porzingis, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. He has 6.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Back to Porter, fires the 3, buries it from three-point range.
And shots like this are why people are just so high on Porter. Has such a quick release on that jump.
Doncic against Murray. Over to the left wing. Finney-Smith. Wow, way off on that.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
Well, it's hard to imagine that the play was designed to go in that direction. Boy, I'd be surprised if we see that again.
Finney-Smith passes to Doncic. Here's Hardaway. Back to Doncic. 1:41 left to play here in the third. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop. Nice little run here to shrink that deficit, but can they get over the hump?
Yeah, it feels like they've ramped up their intensity. They have forced good things to happen. Now they're back in it.
Doncic kicks to Porzingis. 13 feet away, and he gets the bucket. Porzingis has got 8 points in the quarter.
Boy, how comfortable is KP in the mid-range? Porzingis, what touch.
Outside Gordon. Murray for 3. Another 3 for Denver.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The Mavericks leading. There's 53 seconds left to play in the third. Doncic against Murray. Finney-Smith passes to Kleba. Gordon with the defensive effort.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Floats it up for Jokic. That gives them the lead.
No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a pass to the hoop, and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch. He lobs it up. And it's Porzingis that time on the assist by Doncic. Porzingis has got 10 points here in the second half. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Nuggets. It's a 1-point game. Pass to Gordon. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Gordon's got 6 points.
Well, you have to admire the strength of Aaron Gordon. This guy is adept at finding his way through intense defense.
Here's Doncic. No good. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Nuggets lead by 1. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the 4th quarter. So out there for the Nuggets right now, Green is out there with Aaron Gordon. Then there's Austin Rivers. Then there's Paul Millsap.
Boy, what body control from the Slovenian forward. Doncic comfortable taking on all challengers.
And the pass to Millsap. Down low. And it's Gordon finishing it off. Well, as we move into the 4th, it's been an even game.
Guys, teams have exchanged the lead 5 times thus far.
Now, here's Doncic. He's covered closely. Brunson. Offline with his 3. Denver in the lead. Rivers finds Gordon. Back to Rivers. Passes it to Gordon. Now here's Rivers. And here is Green. Lets it go from 11. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Porter against Doncic. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
A different look for Denver. Jokic comes in for Aaron Gordon, and Monte Morris subbed in for Barton. Then for the Mavericks, Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Melly. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Jalen Brunson. Hardaway is subbed in for Richardson. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, guys, well, Mike Malone talked to his team during that last time out, and he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed, guys.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
I'll tell you, we have seen great execution from both teams. Neither one giving an inch here.
Here's Finney-Smith, covered by Morris. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? Pass to Jokic. McGee with it. And it's McGee with the jam.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Outside, Porzingis. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Doncic, no good. Nuggets have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Here's Jokic. Banked in off the glass. Jokic has got the lead up to 4 now for the Nuggets. Huge.
Jokic comes through just fearless. What an option.
Doncic passes to Kleber. Back to Doncic. Hardaway for 3. Rebound by the Nuggets. Jokic has got his 4th rebound in this one. Morris kicks to Murray. To the middle. Jokic passes to McGee. Back to Jokic. It's rebounded by Dallas. Hardaway passes to Finney-Smith. In the corner, it's Kleber. Stolen by McGee. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Porter dishes to McGee. Morris outside. Back to McGee. The Nuggets moving the ball around. And Jokic with the basket on the assist by McGee. And the Nuggets lead by 6. Dallas has gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Doncic against Porter. Left side Hardaway. Pass to Kleber. To end the cold streak. No good there. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. Jokic kicks to Murray. The pass to McGee. Back to Murray. The 3. Good on the triple. And now a 9-point Nugget lead.
saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Here's Finney Smith. Rebound by JaVale McGee. Now Jokic from deep. No good. So the Nuggets win it. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were all right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it. The view high above our... And with...
Kevin, thank you.
Indeed. Something special, David. Thanks. Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward. And for Los Angeles, we've got Kawhi Leonard, Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then there's Batum, and it's Morris in at the 4 spot.
Okay, that's frustrating. You work hard to get these open looks. You know he liked that one back.
And you can tell that Doncic loves leaking out. They're able to get to the right spot there in transition.
Now here's Jackson. Here's Leonard. And the shot is long. And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for Dallas. Hardaway, and then Hardaway with the dunk.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. Jackson kicks to Leonard. And the teams we're seeing tonight, Steve, they have very deep rotations.
And Kevin, when you can go maybe 10 deep, it keeps your locker room happy. It also protects your team against injuries sinking a season. Aggressive D there, but then again, Kawhi finishes through contact almost as well as anyone.
Doncic outside. Out to Hardaway. Over Morris. Shot clock at 5. Near the three-point line, it's Doncic. Here's Finney Smith. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the knee.
The Mavericks shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney Smith is tough, and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year. More efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls. And I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney Smith is a guy you can win with.
Not the efficient start they were hoping for. Only 1 for 4 from the field.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
Now, here's George. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
The question is, do you leave him in? Obviously, you don't want him to pick up a 3rd foul this early.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Man's checked in. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
Doncic finds Porzingis. Batum with the steal. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
I mean, he is explosive with his leaping ability. Paul George is well versed in finishing above the rim.
Now, here's Doncic. Inside, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. A different look for Dallas. Melly is checked in for Maxi Kleba. Josh Richardson comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. George passes to Jackson. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Rajon Rondo is checked in for the Clippers. Feeds it to Morris. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Rondo is out there to distribute the ball. He is a master at finding the open man.
On the wing, Doncic. First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. Melly passes to Brunson. Yep, that one goes.
Working against size. He's just crafty enough to carve out some wiggle room.
And that's tough to do from the mid-range because help can come from anywhere, but he beats everyone to the punch.
Floats it up for Doncic. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Here's George. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
And the focus Paul George has. Outstanding job finding a way to score on physical defense.
Both teams deciding to change it up.
The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Now here's Brunson. Back to Doncic. Just 4 to shoot. Over George. And it's Doncic missing. The Clippers trail.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the second pick in the 2017 draft, that or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' game.
Here's Brunson, following the basket by Marcus Morris. Richardson kicks to Brunson. Powell controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Kennard against Richardson. Zubac the pass to Kennard. It's George on the wing. Back to Kennard. Releases. George, no good. Fast break, here they come. Lays it up and banks it in. Brunson's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Give Josh credit, taking the challenge offensively, discipline, and that's a beautiful pass.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for the Clippers right now, Reggie Jackson out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Zubac in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Leonard. From 17 feet out, no good.
And that's okay. Even though you missed, you had the right guy taking the shot.
Richardson kicks to Brunson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Brunson's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for Dallas. Brunson against Rondo. The pass to Jackson. Back to Rondo. Down low, Zubac. And the rejection by Cauley Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively.
Left side, Leonard. Rondo against Brunson. Here's Leonard. It's rebounded by Brunson. Mavericks leading by 5. Here's Cauley Stein. Drops in the layup for 2.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
And here's Jackson. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Kennard, the pass to Leonard. Back to Kennard. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. And the Clippers miss again.
It can be a little disheartening when you do everything right and come away with nothing.
And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position. Not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
Here's Powell after the Clippers pick up 2. Bucket is good. Richardson's got the lead up to 7 now for the Mavs.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Rondo against Brunson. Makes it off the glass. Zubac has got his first basket.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Pass to Finney-Smith. 1:49 left in the second quarter. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Porzingis is checked in for Cauley-Stein. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dwight Powell. Hardaway is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. I'm glad we got to see the mobile 1 block once more. What a play.
And when you're behind in the game, that's what you've got to do. Contest every shot.
He was able to simply lay it in over the top of the smaller man.
And stolen by Richardson. Here's Porzingis. Second shot opportunity. Kleber with the bucket.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They trail by 9 points. Here's Leonard. Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
Morris is checked in for Los Angeles. Paul George comes in for Luke Kennard. Melly is checked in for Dallas. Luka Doncic comes in for Josh Richardson. The shot's good. Batum's got his first points of the night.
Great timing. That can be the difference between an assist and a turnover.
51 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Kleber. No good. Shot missing. And the Clippers will come the other way. To the inside. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line.
Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
That one is off.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. 36 seconds left in the first half. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Here's Melly, defended by George. Back to Porzingis. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And now the Clippers on the break. Here's George on the mark with the 15-footer. George has got 7 points in the game.
Proving how dangerous he is. Give George these looks, and he'll knock him down.
Doncic kicks to Porzingis. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. The largest lead they had was 6 in the opening. And that'll about...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Paul George really making a difference here.
There is no stopping him, and you can't even contain him at this point. He is that talented.
Yeah, and sometimes the strategy in that case, don't let anyone else beat you. You know he's going to get his, so try and keep it to that.
Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision. In OKC, Paul George showed he can be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
Now, here's Doncic. No good from the wing. Leonard finds George. Here's Morris, and Morris throws it down.
Boy, you could see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
Yeah, the reason is they tied it up, but it took a lot of focus and a lot of energy. We'll see if they can sustain this effort.
Here's Leonard. Outside for Batum for the lead. Drops in the tray. Now it's a 3-point Clipper lead.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
Porzingis can't hit. Los Angeles leading by 3. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. Rajon Rondo is checked in for Reggie Jackson. Dallas also making some changes. Richardson comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. Rondo dishes to Leonard. Just 5 on the clock. Rondo passes to Leonard. The three-pointer, no good.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
And his rhythm, it's been way off. The goal now might be to get him something easy at the rim so he can just see the ball go in through the net, and that helps.
Pass to Richardson. Dallas moving it around. And the Clippers another fast break opportunity here. Offensive rebound. Outside for George. Back to Morris. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 4th assist in this one.
And now they're turning this game into a drag race, sprinting out for easy fast break baskets.
Now here's Brunson. 6 points for him. Passes to Porzingis. To end the drought. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Well, Greg, with your son getting drafted, you joined the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duos.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid.
No
and now
kidding.
He's an all-star last year. You know, I think he's going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad, it's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds. Here's Melly. Outside Hardaway. The pass to Brunson. Back to Hardaway. From 20 feet out. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Maley.
Salvage the possession. He's a terrific offensive rebounder.
Kennard against Brunson. Pass to Mann. To the paint. Here's Batum. Porzingis with the block. And Doncic with a clear path to the hoop.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for the Mavericks. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. To the middle, Porzingis with the steal. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Here's Hardaway. Count it. And now just a 1-point Los Angeles lead.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Beverly, the pass to Leonard. the slam.
You see the power right there from Kawhi. Absorbs contact and able to convert right through it.
The Clippers have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line. About 79% of their free throws.
Doncic passes to Hardaway. Back to Doncic. Outside Hardaway. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Hardaway has got 7.
And you gotta respect Luka's passing skills. Just a multi-talented player who is all about sharing the basketball.
We'll return shortly. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Batum is out there with Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Jackson, and it's man in at the shooting guard position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Mavericks trail by 3. Hardaway with it. Pass to Doncic to tie it up. A shot that time, not on target. The Clippers go the other way with it. Here's Leonard, and it's Leonard with the jam.
And you see Kawhi's hustle in transition, always putting himself in position to succeed.
Now, here's Doncic. About a minute played here in the 4th quarter. With the shot. That one off the back iron and out. Clippers leading by 5. Takes it out to Leonard. Passes it to Man. Hardaway with the steal. One-on-one fast break. Deflects the pass. Here's Porzingis. Finney-Smith passes to Doncic. Porzingis inside. Stolen by Jackson. Leonard against Hardaway. There's the pass to Man. Porzingis comes with the double team. Back to Leonard. Outside for Batum. That one a little long.
Woo, that's just a case of bad defense and even worse offense.
Poked away.
They keep calling his number, which is partly how they dug this hole.
That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5 for 8 night shooting.
Continuing to stoke the fire, his shot making has been absolutely superb.
Doncic looking it over. Pass to Hardaway. Trying to end the drought. It's rebounded by Leonard. Los Angeles leading by 7. Here's Jackson. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Trying to attack the heart of that defense with great teamwork.
The Mavericks have gotten off to a rough start in the 4th quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Now the Clippers moving it up. Jumps up, and he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
They've taken nothing for granted. You can see they're playing the moment rather than the score.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
All you see is a lot of frustration. Someone needs to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
And that one's good. Doncic.
And providing the score, boy, they needed. That stops a 12-0 run by Los Angeles.
Jackson against Doncic. Now Jackson. The dish to Morris. It's rebounded by Doncic. Down low, here's Man. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Mann's got the lead up to 13 now for the Clippers. Finney Smith passes to Doncic. 1:07 left here in the fourth quarter. Kleber with the bucket.
High percentage looks. This is what your offense is designed to do.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Clippers.
This is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Marcus Morris.
You love to see this kind of leadership, directing traffic, keeping everyone happy. He was the straw that stirred the drink.
You just never know what Doncic is going to do. I mean, which is one of the reasons he gets the defense to foul.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Marjanovic checked in for Porzingis. Willie Cauley-Stein comes in for Maxi Kleber. J.J. Redick's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Trey Burke subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Now here's Cousins. Jackson passes to Beverly. Back to Jackson. Clippers moving the ball around. 5 on the clock. A 3. The shot, no good. Throws it up high, and Cauley-Stein throws it down.
You just throw it up there. Trill Will's going to take care of the rest.
Jackson passes to Beverly. Shoots over Burke. And the defense really pressing up on him. Made that a tough shot. So the Clippers winning this. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. First.
Hey, Kevin.
Great stuff as always, DA. Thanks. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. We've got Murray. Gordon out there with Jokic. Then it's Will Barton, and it's Porter in at the 3 slot. And for Los Angeles, Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Batum in at the 5 spot.
Yeah, we love when great offensive players get in a scoring rhythm, but Paul George right now in a great passing rhythm tonight. And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
And it's Gordon missing.
The defense is tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
Batum, good.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switch to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
Murray against Jackson. And there's the pass to Leonard. And George kicks to Leonard. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
Leonard did a good job to take a picture there, recognizing what was going on, read the defense, and then finds a soft spot in the mid-range.
Now here's Murray. Shot on the wing. That one doesn't go.
The defense better tighten up on the mid-range there. Much, much tighter. You expect him to make every single one of those.
And that one goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Porter. And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile 1 block.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
As a big, once you get positioned inside, it allows you to fight and come away with a lot of tough boards.
From 13, up again, Jokic on the follow.
A little bit of hustle, a little bit of energy. Jokic right now pounding the offensive glass and not quitting on these possessions.
And the foul on Jamal Murray. That is his first foul of the game. Jackson finds Batum. Leonard with the ball. Now defended by Jokic. Here's Batum. Can't hit that one. And it's Denver the other way. To the inside. Barton. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Clippers have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Murray against Morris. And finished off by Porter.
Now, sometimes there's passes and then there's precision passes. Murray with one of those there.
It's George on the wing, guarded by Porter. And it's Leonard missing.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And that one's good by Porter. Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You know, you got to like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are 3 guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. You know, Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with Hakeem. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. You know, to do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible. And I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts. Here's Jackson following the score by Jamal Murray. Now here's Jackson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Morris kicks to Jackson. Shot clock at 5. Trying to get something going. And it's sent back by Jokic.
Jokic using all 7 feet there. Good effort by the center.
Here's Porter. He can't hit that time. Great D that time from Leonard. And Michael Porter is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Paul Millsap's checked in for Denver. Monte Morris comes in for Barton. George looking over the floor. Back to Morris over Murray. And the Clippers miss again.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Mand's checked in, and it's Luke Kennard in for Paul George. Now here's Green. Kicks to Rivers. Outside Millsap. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
Good work from Millsap there, getting the defense up in the air and then gets the foul.
This is his first free throw of the game. And so Paul Millsap nails both of them. We've got 22 seconds left in the first quarter. Passes it to Kennard. Now here's Zubac. Kennard with the ball. Pass to Rondo. Back to Kennard. Over Morris. Offensive rebound. Zubac knocks it down from 7 feet.
Such a big part of what he does for this team. Just work and work on the boards, generate second chance opportunities, and hopefully convert.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Nuggets lead by 4. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. What do you guys think about the Nuggets out here in this one?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. We've got JaMychal Green. He's out there with Paul Millsap. Rivers out there with Morris.
Orchestrating right now. Rondo should be playing with a baton.
Campazzo. Kennard covering. Millsap dishes to Morris. Six on the shot clock. That one's not going to go. Good D by Rondo. The Clippers trail. Pass to Kennard. Inside, puts it up. Morris kicks to Kennard. The putback, it's good on the putback.
Yeah, just a fantastic job to stay with the play and just not give up. Excellent effort on the offensive backboard.
Now the pass to Green. To the paint. Millsap inside, covered by Morris. It's rebounded by Rondo. And it's Rondo with the ball for Los Angeles. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. The Nuggets have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. They kick it out to Green. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
And after some time over in France and the G League, JaMychal Green catching on as a steady NBA veteran.
In Memphis, the Grizzlies played him over Zach Randolph for some time. He's a guy that just keeps working and has found a niche now as his three-point shot has found more consistency in the NBA.
Rondo passes to Kennard. Clippers moving the ball around. They now take the lead. Rondo's got his first 2 points of the night.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Outside Porter. He kicks to Rivers. To stop the drought. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They're running. Man passes to Batum. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Leonard, he's checked in for Zubats. Paul George comes in for Luke Kennard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Rajon Rondo. On the wing, Gordon. He's covered by Leonard. Now here's Barton. He's guarded close. Chalk up two there.
Smart play there from Barton to establish himself on the inside to convert.
Jackson with it. Now defended by Jokic. Passes it to Batum. Outside, George fires the three. He can't get that one to fall. And the Nuggets going the other way. Jokic finds Murray. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Batum passes to Leonard. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Nuggets trail. Right side, Gordon. Pass to Jokic. Shoots over Leonard. And Jokic gets it to go. The assist from Porter.
Well, the confidence just keeps growing with Jokic and his shot. Pretty much ready to shoot as soon as it touched his hands.
Porter against George. There's 49 seconds left now here in the second. Here's Batum. And it's Denver with the rebound. Jokic has got his fifth rebound right now in the game. Barton, wide open, he fires, drills it from outside. And now it's a three-point Nugget lead.
With this lead, they're playing confidently, showing a quick trigger from beyond.
It's George on the wing. Inside, Batum wide open, he fires. They get the rebound, and George able to finish.
Paul George getting after it. They're helping out the teammate to try to secure one a second time.
Pass to Porter. Batum against Jokic. Lets it go from 11. And then Gordon with the dunk.
That's going to be a big morale booster.
And you know what? It could come down to those second chance buckets when it's all said and done today.
Well, especially in a close game, every possession matters.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Denver. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoy a pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. They never put themselves in too much danger. And that'll...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You've got to like what Ivica Zubac has done in this game.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Yeah, we'll see if the double teams start to come here in the second half to make them adjust offensively. But he's going to keep going at him.
They've got Paul George. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then there's Batum, and it's Jackson in at the 5. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Jackson against Murray. Good defense by Jokic. The Nuggets leading by 6.
And the playmaking of Jokic, so incredible. Creating this inverted offense. Bones, for your money, does it matter what position your best playmaker occupies?
I don't think so. And Jokic might be the secret sauce to that, and proving that from the center position, much like Arvydas Sabonis and Vlade Divac before him, can impact and also frustrate opposing defenses because you can't stop the center from making these kind of plays. Well, he's a guy they count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently. How about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to how
Hill.
about Kobe going to the Lakers? McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit. And I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
Ring shot on the way. And it's off the back rim. No good. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Trailing by 2. Back to Rondo. Kennard against Rivers. Kennard kicks to Rondo. Now here's Zubac. Not a lot of room. Rondo. Good.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
There's the dish to Rivers. There's the pass to Jokic. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake.
Team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime?
Here's Rondo, and it's sent back by Millsap.
Well, as soon as the shot was released, Millsap gets off the floor quickly and blocks it.
Rivers passes to Jokic. Fades back. They grab their own miss, but he stays with it. To the inside to end the cold streak, and the layup is good. 6 points for Jokic.
Well, he's 1 for 5 in the quarter, and his body language is saying a lot about where his confidence is. Rattled just a little bit. Maybe the next open look will start him up.
Leonard finds Rondo. Back to Leonard. Shot clock at 6. Zubac the pass to Leonard. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And the dunk by Zubac.
A lot of times we talk about good passing, but accurate passing is a huge quality of a good pass, and Leonard did it there.
A minute 20 left to play in the third. Jokic passes to Rivers. A three-pointer off the mark. And the foul call on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. Los Angeles making a switch here. Batum's checked in. And Denver also making a switch. Green, he's checked in for Nikola Jokic. Here's Millsap. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Leonard dishes to Morris. pass passing here by Los Angeles.
Such a versatile offensive threat. Morris draws his fair share of fouls.
First trip to the line for him here.
Really can't criticize the work he did at the line a year ago. 82% on the season.
So both teams making some changes here. Denver's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Morris looking over the floor. Pass to Barton. 36 seconds left in the third. Now here's Murray. Guarded closer. Unable to get that one. And here are the Clippers. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. And it's George missing.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
For the finish, and George with the stuff.
Paul George can be dangerous out in transition. Great job finishing there.
Martin left side. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Clippers lead by 4. We'll be back. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Here's George. So out there for the Nuggets right now. Jamal Murray is out there with Monte Morris. Then it's Aaron Gordon. Then it's Will Barton. And it's Green in at the 5 down low. Morris kicks to George. 5 to shoot. They double him with Barton. Takes a 3. Rebound by Murray.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
And then Gordon with the dunk.
An extremely well-conditioned athlete. Gordon is an effective option on fast breaks.
Morris against Jackson. Pass to George. Knocked loose and stolen by Barton. For the Nuggets, Jokic has checked in for JaMychal Green, and Porter subbed in for Morris. Murray against George. Murray the pass to Barton. On the wing, Gordon. Over Morris. The kick out to Porter. On the clock. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Well, after committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
Denver making a switch here. McGee's checked in. Jackson down low. He's covered by Murray. Morris finds Jackson down low. Batum buries it down low. Batum's got the lead up to 4 now for the Clippers.
Yeah, and an excellent pass by Morris. A guy known for his finishing ability, but he also has the skills to facilitate.
Batum against Gordon. Yes, that goes in. Gordon's got 4 points in the quarter.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
Kawhi Leonard is checked in for Los Angeles. Denver also making some changes. Jokic comes in for Michael Porter. And Morris subbed in for Barton. Morris, no good. And Morris has got the ball here for Los Angeles. The lead is 2.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Free throw good from Batum. Both free throws good from Batum.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
Here's Murray up on top, guarded by Jackson. Murray, good.
Well, buttery right there, a knockdown shooter from that area. Murray taking advantage of that opportunity.
Jackson against Murray. To the middle, here's George. Jackson trying to break free. And it's George missing. Here's Murray. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
I like that penetration there. Murray getting to the cup with great quickness.
Makes it, and the next one could tie it up. That one drops. He ties it up.
Guys, that was critical. I mean, that's what we're used to seeing out of him, though, at moments like this.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Jackson against Murray. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists in the game. Murray, the pass to Jokic. He feeds it to Morris. Batum with the steal. Here's Leonard. That one, no good. Gordon with the defensive effort. And the wide-open shot for Morris. The Nuggets with another miss. And it's JaVale McGee with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. Murray against Jackson. Morris outside. Looking for George. He gets it there. There's Jackson with the 3.
Well, there's some length from Murray as a guard there as he helps out on defense and pesters the shooter.
Another shot. Pass to Jokic. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Gordon. And he uses the glass on the layup. Gordon's got it all tied up now for the Nuggets.
Boy, they needed that one. And Gordon delivers. His productive habits really paying off there.
Jackson passes to Batum. And here we go. Fast break. Murray's got it. Stolen by Jackson. Murray against Jackson. Murray dishes to Gordon. Back to Murray to take the lead. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by McGee.
Yeah, unfortunately, just poor execution there. You cannot give the ball away at this point in the game.
Michael Porter, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Will Barton comes in for Morris. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Jackson kicks to Leonard. And the pass to Morris. Back to Leonard. 6 to shoot. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Can't cash in from close range. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That's foul number 2 for him. And here is Murray for the win. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. We'll take a quick. These teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters, and now we head to overtime. Should be a blast. Here we go. So the Clippers win the tip. And away we go here with post-regulation basketball. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then there's Batum. Then there's Jackson. And it's George in at the shooting guard. Murray surveying the D. And the 3-ball is good. Murray's got the first basket here in overtime for Denver.
He's a guy that lives for a big moment like that. Great focus and courage in the clutch.
Morris outside. And there's the pass to Batum. Outside Leonard. Just 5 to shoot. Jackson passes to Morris. Gordon with the defensive effort. The Nuggets leading by 3. It's extra time here, just over a minute into overtime.
Yeah, nice effort there in tracking down the long rebound.
Here's George. It's hauled in by Jokic. Jokic has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. That one wide left. And it's the Clippers ball. Inside, it's tipped. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here.
You love the pressure he's putting on them almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
Barton against George. Feeds to Batum.
Jokic showing off the defensive work there. Outstanding at staying in the face of his man.
Murray for three. Rebound by the Clippers. Leonard's got rebound number 5 here tonight. George against Barton. Left side, Batum. Back to George. Shoots over Barton. Batum. It falls. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one.
Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
Jokic inside. He's against Morris. Kept alive. Gordon. Passes it to Jokic. And another shot. And that'll be 2 free throws coming. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Batum. Baca comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Jackson.
Well, it's interesting when Jokic was playing with Nurkic and they cleared the room for Jokic to take over at the center position. He's taken on that responsibility. He's taken on the star role. He's accepting it and excelling at it.
Now Porter. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game.
He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
One thing about Porter Jr. you talk about is consistency, and that is just not on the floor. It's about his health and availability to his team so he can show off the multi-talented game he does have.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're trailing by 5. 6 seconds left in overtime. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
It's funny, at this point in the game, the coach is asking the team to be perfect. They haven't been to this point.
So the Nuggets win it. They had to scrape and claw to push it to overtime, but they really came out in the extra period.
What a ride. I mean, I thought it...
The sprawling metropolis of Dallas, Texas is up. And we've got...
Kevin, thanks very much.
Sure is. Thanks, D.A. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. They've got Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon out there with Porter. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Barton in at the shooting guard position. And for the Mavericks, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Hardaway is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. Now here's Murray. Back to Jokic. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well. Couple terrific centers in tonight's matchup here, Greg. Great pivots, but center matchups are far from traditional, it seems like, these days.
No doubt about it, Kevin. Once you get into this now small ball mindset, this positionless game, I mean, you're seeing guys as short as P.J. Tucker play the 5 because, listen, when you're 25 feet from the basket, if I'm 6'2 and you're 7'2, I can still guard you. So because of the spacing now, it allows you the luxury to play smaller.
And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. It's a 3-point game.
With maturity comes greater patience, understanding how to play smarter. Murray keeps his options open and finds a teammate who's gotten free.
Now here's Doncic. Pass to Porzingis. On the wing, Doncic. And stolen by Murray. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. And there's Porter on the assist by Murray. Murray's got 3 assists now in this one.
A high-level athlete with great run and jump ability. Porter finishes well in transition.
Now here's Porzingis following the miss by Michael Porter. And that one drops.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Barton. Porter finds Murray. Now Barton. This one for 3. It's rebounded by Porzingis.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
And known as a tremendous shooter for his size, Porzingis wasn't quite as accurate last season, which surprised some people.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, some people would automatically assume that because Doncic attracts so much attention that Porzingis would get more wide open looks. But you got to remember, Porzingis missed a full season, was coming off an injury, and needed to reacclimate himself to NBA gameplay. So that takes usually a season plus another season before you're all the way back.
Here is Porter. The Mavericks making the shot. For 3, Murray. They get it back. The pass to Gordon. Jokic trying to free himself up. Murray, no good.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
Tip your hat to Hardaway Jr. there, guys. I mean, even in the face of aggressive defense, he stays focused and delivers.
Murray kicks to Barton. Back to Murray. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Porter passes to Jokic. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Melly is checked in for Maxi Kleba. Josh Richardson comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Paul Millsap is checked in for Denver. Monte Morris comes in for Will Barton. And now here comes Gordon leading the break. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Denver.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Here's Richardson, following the score by Aaron Gordon. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Doncic. Drops it in from 11 feet.
You know what? It's really rare to see young players like Doncic have such offensive creativity in their game. Deadly from the mid-range.
Now here's Murray. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Keeps it alive. Jokic on the follow.
Hard work and soft hands. Guys, that's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in.
But that's the way to go if you've got good position.
Brunson the pass to Porzingis. Brunson kicks to Richardson. Here's Melly. Millsap covering. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, what an athlete this Porzingis kid is, man. I tell you, you put the rock anywhere near him, and he's going to throw it down.
Outside Gordon. Lets the 3 fly. And it's Melly with the rebound. Mavericks have gotten 6 or 7 shots to fall in the first quarter. They're off and running. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Murray, no good.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play. That sends Porzingis to the free throw line. It's going to be on Jamal Murray. The Mavericks shooting their first free throw of the evening.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
Here's Millsap. They can't stop the run with that one.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Maverick. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
Dwight Powell is out there with Cauley Stein. Then it's Josh Richardson. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Doncic in at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
You've got to be more physical than that against Millsap. He's good at fighting his way through contact on the way up.
Here's Doncic. The good-looking shot from the wing. Doncic has got the lead up to 6 now for Dallas.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Rivers finds Green. Right side Millsap. Pass to Morris. Down low. 2 free throws coming up, and they call this. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
So it's Denver now. The Mavericks making the shot. Here's Brunson. Here's Richardson. Second chance shot. Cauley-Stein kicks to Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Well, showing you some power there, fellas. I mean, nice to see Doncic get up and drop it in with force that time.
Passes it to Rivers. Dishes to Morris. Millsap trying to get open. And again, Denver no good. Dallas leading by 10. Richardson attacking. Pass to Powell. Back to Richardson. The pass to Brunson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch. I agree. Yep, that one goes in there. Well, he's got his first bucket of the night. The Nuggets trail by 14. Green left side. Here's Jokic. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. Here's Finney-Smith. Stolen by Rivers. Here's Porter. And finished off by Porter.
Well, when you've got Porter's length, this is what you can do. It makes it easy to get to the rim for the throwdown.
Here's Brunson. And the shot falls short this time.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
And with that, the Maverick lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Porter.
You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
A self-described country boy from the town of Sombor, Serbia. Jokic grew up racing horses, no less.
Boy, those are some nice factoids, Greg. Well done. From stable boy and jockey, but as he grew, basketball made the most sense. And to this day, he still loves horses and actually still has a few back in Serbia.
Porzingis, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Josh Richardson comes in for Jalen Brunson. And then for Denver, Aaron Gordon comes in for Green, and it's Jamal Murray in for Austin Rivers. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
And when Gordon is launched and in the air like that, he's a mesmerizing guy to keep an eye on and just get out of the way.
Richardson against Murray. Outside Hardaway. And it's blocked by Gordon.
Good defensive instincts there displayed by Gordon. Reading the shooter all the way and timing the rejection perfect. Boy, Jokic always in sync with his teammates, which is part of why he's able to put together these highlight reel sequences.
Now here's Porzingis. 9 points in the game so far. Here's Finney-Smith. Jokic defending. The shot by Kleba, wide open. Dallas again missing. And here's Denver. They've got an 8-0 run. And then Gordon with the dunk.
And although he's 6'9", Gordon runs and sprints like a much smaller man. He's got gazelle-like form and speed in transition.
Hardaway kicks to Richardson. They get it back. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. And some good action through the first 2 quarters. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, and welcome. It was all Kristaps Porzingis in the first quarter. He had 9 points, 5 rebounds. And that does it for our halftime show.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Porzingis with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. So on the floor for Denver, we've got Will Barton, Gordon out there with Jokic. Then it's Porter, and it's Murray in at point guard. Misses the wing 3.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Here's Jokic, and Jokic slams it in.
Guys, I like the hustle from Jokic. I mean, this guy knows exactly how to get to his spots in transition.
Out to the right wing. Finney-Smith passes to Kleba. There's the dish to Doncic. 5 on the clock. And Doncic throws it down.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
And so it's Dallas with it. Following the miss by Michael Porter from deep. 90 seconds now into the second half. Wide open look here for Murray. Buries the long-range jumper. Murray's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And Murray is really deadly with the catch-and-shoot jumper. And when the defense isn't playing up on him, he has no problem going right up with it.
Doncic with the bucket.
Boy, he's been a rock of offensive support so far, and when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And, boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
Their 3rd 3-pointer in a row.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Around the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather taken? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Wow. I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. Yep, I'm going to agree with you. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Dwight Powell's checked in for Porzingis. Nicolo Melli comes in for Maxi Kleba. J.J. Redick's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Dallas moving the ball around. Redick against Morris. Floats one up. The shot by Redick, no good. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Rivers looking over the floor. They get a hand on it. Powell with the steal. Floats it up for Doncic. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Morris right side. It's Rivers on the wing. Brunson covering. Back to Rivers from outside the arc. It's rebounded by Dallas. Doncic has got 4 rebounds in this game. Now here's Brunson. Defense right on him. Over in the corner, Doncic. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Denver in the lead. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Now, here's Doncic. He's got 12. to Redick. Launches a three. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. And pushing it up, here's Denver. Powell with it. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Here's Melly, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality.
An absolutely tremendous athlete, able to go up and finish over the biggest of defenders.
Rivers can't get it to go. 2-for-1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. On the Mavericks with some changes. Zinkas, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Maxi Kleber comes in for Nicolo Melli. And Josh Richardson subbed in for J.J. Redick. The Nuggets also changing it up. Paul Millsap is checked in for JaVale McGee. JaMychal Green comes in for Bull. And it's Aaron Gordon in for Rivers. And Green slams it in.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down.
Well, I tell you what, that's the play we'll remember if they can put together a little surge to break this game open.
Passes it to Doncic. No good with the triple. Gordon inside. And then Gordon with the dunk.
And that's Gordon's game now. You can't give him room to hit the launch pad because if he does, he's throwing it down every time.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Here's Morris following the score by Dallas. Green left side. Goes up to the stripe. And that one off the back of the rim and in. And the Nuggets lead by 6.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
It's Richardson on the wing. Pass to Kleber. From deep three-point range. Doesn't go that time. And the Nuggets going the other way. Green up on top. Kleber defending. Offensive rebound. Millsap. Murray outside. Clock at 6. A second chance effort. Denver gets it back. Kicks it out to Gordon. A 3 ball. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Porzingis has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And Doncic. Here we go.
Big time flush by Doncic. Man, this young fella really has a lot of game.
Morris passes to Murray. Another shot. Connects. The jumper drops.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Hardaway's checked in for Josh Richardson. The Nuggets also changing it up. Jokic, he's checked in for Millsap. Michael Porter comes in for JaMychal Green, and Barton subbed in for Morris. No good from Finney Smith. Denver leading by 6. Murray for 3. And it's Finney Smith with the rebound.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
You don't see many big guys run the floor like this, do you? I mean, Porzingis special.
Denver's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Now here's Murray. Over Hardaway. They get the rebound. Jokic. And he banks in the layup.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
The Mavericks have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Gordon against Doncic. Here's Kleba. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got his 3rd assist on the night. Murray against Hardaway. The pass to Gordon. Wide open look. Nice spin off the left rim and in. That's 10 points for Aaron Gordon.
Gordon's jumper really looking good, showing you how dangerous he is from the mid-range.
Doncic looking it over. Hardaway, that's a 2-pointer. It's hauled in by Gordon. Denver leading by 6. Murray finds Gordon. Back to Murray. Porzingis with the block.
Tell you what, Porzingis showing great timing as the anchor of the defense there.
There's Porter with the 3. Mavericks with the rebound.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
The Mavericks have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Pass to Finney-Smith. Porzingis at the elbow. And 1:01 left in the 4th. Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Porzingis trying to get free.
Clearly the defense could have been better there, guys, but he also needs to convert that.
For 3, Murray. It's rebounded by Doncic.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
Albert, after Luka Doncic's 3-pointer that didn't go. It's good.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Porzingis kicks to Kleba. No good on that one. Gordon dishes to Porter. Passes to Barton. Here's Murray. Lets it go from deep. Count it. And now it's an 11-point Denver lead.
And it's just competing.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.